Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. We're getting ourselves ready. There we go. And I hope everyone can join us. It is 7 p.m. on a Friday night. And you know where everybody is? They should be here on Wine, Wealth, and Tea podcast. And as I wait for my co-host, I want to welcome you all to the podcast of Wealth, Wine, and Tea. And I see she has just joined us. Are you there, T? It says you joined. Hold on one second. Accept. There you go. There you go. It says you're unable to join. You know how we do with this every week. It'll fix itself. Give it a minute. So, we had a long week, you guys. A lot of things have been going on in the news. Too much things to talk about that are just sad. Let's start there. We don't want to start our weekend off with sadness. Let's see. Tremaine, we're going to try you again. There she is. There's Tremaine.
Hi.
Hello, dear. I was just talking, how we do in the beginning, just letting everybody know. The week has been hard. We had a lot of horrific things that we've heard about in the news. We're not going to try to dwell on those things. We want to pray for those that are going through a lot of sad times, hardships, just so much. But we have a lot also to be grateful for. And we have another day, another season, so many things in front of us to just keep moving forward towards. So with that being said, we want to welcome everybody to Wine, Wealth, and Tea podcast, where we're here to have conversations. Yes, we're here to have conversations worth having. And we want you all to enjoy our conversation this evening, because I think this is going to be a little bit of a spiritual uplift for us this evening, Tremaine. How are you doing right now?
Doing okay. I'm excited about tonight. I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. Yes, we need some uplifting, some motivation. I think that's what she's going to bring us tonight. So yes. I'm excited.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to keep everybody long. Normally we let you all know you can continue to follow us as we continue to bring on great guests with good conversations. And I hope you enjoyed this evening's guest, because it is going to be a spiritual moment. Miss Wilson, are you ready?
Yeah, she's been.
I know I've seen her in the waiting room.
Yeah, she's in there.
All right.
Come on.
We're going to ask her to join us. This is Wine, Wealth, and Tea podcast live on Friday evening, and we're waiting for our guests to enter so we can start up the conversation. There she is, Beauty.
I like those earrings, honey.
Thank you.
Well, welcome to the Wine, Wealth, and Tea podcast, and if you would tell everybody who you are.
Well, I'm just a nobody. I'm trying to tell everybody.
Tell everybody.
Somebody.
Yes, ma'am.
He'll deliver anybody.
Yes, Nasty. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm so churchy. Nah, I'm Tequila. And yeah, Tequila. I'm a singer. I'm a worshiper. I'm a substitute teacher. I'm a friend. I'm an auntie. I'm a TT. Yeah, I'm everything.
You everything. And that's right. You're every woman. I mean, what more can we say? You are every woman. First of all, the hair is always on point, honey.
Yes, yes.
Always. Thank you. I must say, yes.
I'm loving the cut. That cut is something I've been wanting to go for. It's so edgy. It's fresh. Yeah, I'm like really scared to do it. I'm like, I want to do it, but
do it. I was.
I did it a long time ago. Probably about maybe 8 years ago. People, they would have to really go searching for my pictures. I was shaved and all in the front, just like that. But I miss it. It's so fun.
It's fun. And I dare you to do it again. Just go and do it. Chop it all off. That's what I did.
It's going to look at Jermaine like, oh my gosh, it's coming, T. It's coming. Well, I just want to say again, thank you for coming to the podcast to have this great conversation with us this evening. And, as we talk about who you are, you've been a formal American Idol contest top finalist and Sunday's Best as well.
Yes.
So you've been on both.
Oh, yes.
You went from one side of the spectrum to the other. That means you can rock and roll with the best of them, baby.
Well, to God be the glory.
That's right. That's right. That's right. What was that like? Because you started back in, if you could tell everybody, well, we already know what industry you're in, but it started back in 2015, right?
Yes. Yeah, 14, 15, yeah.
So what was that like for you starting out that journey?
It was exciting. It was scary. I really didn't want to do it. That wasn't my plan. I went to support my baby sister.
I saw that in the interview.
Long story short, I ended up at American Idol. And then I got to American Idol, went through all that stuff, and the Lord started speaking to me and basically said, this isn't for you. I've got something better. We tit and tat for a minute, and then I left the competition, something that has never been done.
Wow.
I probably would never get recognition for it, but I stood, I stood up.
You stood your ground.
I stood my ground, and obedience is better than sacrifice.
That's
and
right.
So, I went to Sunday Best, and God allowed me to be on there for a season, and yeah. You're right.
A lot of people, they don't understand what standing your ground means. And sometimes that means you need to walk away from something that seems like it's your goal to reach a better goal, if that makes sense to people. It's not always the end of the world when you turn what some people may think is an opportunity down because you stand for something more. So I congratulate you for standing for your principle and moving to another higher calling.
Absolutely.
That is absolutely something.
Yes.
So you said this was not something you wanted to do. So this was not always your dream? What was your dream?
Okay, no, let me back. It wasn't like how I got to where I am, like going through a competition, going through hell on one of the shows, and and I'm not even going to put them out there like that, but just seeing the background and everything, that's what I meant.
Okay.
I've always wanted my dream, and I believe what I've been put on this earth to do is to minister in song.
Okay.
And that's just what I want to do. I want to do what my peers are doing. I want to sing. I don't want to have to. Okay. I want to.
You wanted to sing. You knew. Now as a child, did you know that was something you wanted to do?
My family. I come from a musical background. On my grandmother's side. They're the saved ones. They compared, my great aunts and uncles to like Clara Ward and the Ward singers and Sam and all those old time, people. My great aunt, both of them played the piano. Every last one of my grandmother's children could sing. My granddaddy's side, and those was the drunks.
Listen, it's always going to be one side and the other.
Yeah, those the you know what. So
that's right. That's right.
I come from a musical background, so I've always sang in the choir at my home church, and so I've been singing since I was like 5, 7 years old. I really didn't understand like what I had, the gift, the anointing, until I was about 16 years old, and then that's when I've been singing in churches all my life.
So at 16, was that the point that you realized that this could be a career?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a moment that a lot of us, some of us are still waiting for, that moment where you get that, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. It takes a long time, but when you answer your calling, everything just falls into place. It may not fall into place when you want it to, but it starts to transition into that direction.
Right. Absolutely right.
You know, you talk about being from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm in the North Carolina area, so Winston-Salem is a dear space area to me. I go there sometimes to eat at some good restaurants. Couple of spots here and there. And when I heard your last name and being in the Carolinas, my family, my father's family, they're from East Carolina, and they're all Wilsons.
Okay.
So that would be so hilarious. But all of the Wilsons are from the Carolina areas. So that's just a little, background on myself. Now, in the music industry, we often hear so many different sides. Do you feel that the gospel side of the music industry is just like the other side, or is it, is it worse? Is it better? Is it easier for you to maintain?
Mm. Mm. I can say that from personal experience, when I was on American Idol, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yes, they're kind of the same.
Kind of the same. Wow. Well, we've had so many people on from different parts of the industry that we often hear that same story, that the industry is almost mirroring each other. And I find that I would think it's a little different on the side of, being closer to God.
Yeah.
You would think. You would think. But people are people.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true.
People are people. So what are some of the events and things you've done over the few years, that you've been in this industry? Some of the big events that were like dear to your heart.
So after, coming off of Sunday Best, God just started allowing, me to begin to travel all over. And then I was introduced to Ricky Dillard in New G.
Yes.
Able to join his choir for a time. And I can say that was a big highlight.
Wow.
That was an exciting, experience. And after that, I would say, opening up for a couple of artists, here in North Carolina when they bring big concerts here. That was exciting. After I got off of Sunday Best, people were reaching out. So yeah. But
did you have a time that you were starstruck? Met somebody and was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, absolutely. Not anymore.
Right.
Now they are
people.
They are
people. They are people. It is some people that I would still like to meet that would wow me, but at the end of the day, we all go through the same stuff. Some better than others, but we all go through the same things. Growing up, you were talking about your background. Your family is in church and have sung and singing, and you have your other side. But what was it that inspired you the most to want to give your life to God?
Good question.
What inspired me the most? I would say my grandmother, because I was raised by my grandparents. They had me since I was 2 months old, and I lived with them up until January 2020 is when I moved out.
Okay.
So I've been with grandparents for a long time.
Hey, I am that. Look, we coming from the same background, right? Listen, so I get it.
They're the ones. I was raised in church. She wasn't a pastor over church or anything, but she might as well have been, because I felt like a PK. I couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't do nothing. But I thank God for it now, because I see so many of my peers and I'm like, back then, and then I can't.
You were missing out on things, but then you grow up and you realize, I'm glad I didn't do those things, because I'm in another direction.
When you get older, you realize, I'm glad this didn't start way back when, because I would probably either be dead or gone by now.
That's
But I
right.
did have fun. I still had fun going to church.
Right.
Going to all night prayer.
Right.
Yeah.
You still have fun.
So yeah.
I understand totally. Sometimes people think that when you live a life in the church that you have missed out on something, when in reality you're being covered from everything else. What you're being taught to live in the world but not be of the world, as we all know, how we were raised in church. And it prepares you to when you're ready to walk out into this world and to look at things with a different sight. So I definitely understand where you're coming from with that, being raised by my grandparents as well. We have a very, very similar background to that, where I didn't leave my grandmother's side until she left this earth. So I understand exactly where you're coming from. But that is something that a lot of children now don't have. They don't have what the song says. I had a praying grandmother.
Yes.
Nope.
We out of grandmothers, y'all. We out. We out, our grandmothers now, I mean, God
My
bless them.
cousin said,
I love the grandmothers that we have. Thank God for them. But I wish I still had, some you sitting on the floor on a Sunday getting your hair pressed, getting ready for service, grandmother. I need my edges burnt a little bit.
yeah, I need that one.
You are getting a lot of hellos and welcomes. Yes, so we just want to say, that's right. Give you all your love and flowers.
My cousin on here.
Somebody said, J Money said, period, baby.
Yeah,
baby's Jesus.
my cousin.
Jesus' baby sister.
Baby sister. That's what we call my grandmother. Jesus' baby sister.
I know that's right. Direct line.
Brock, God bless you, sir. I am rejoined. God bless you. Capricorn.
Welcome to everyone. Yes, welcome.
Jamal.
Share the live. Share the live.
That's right. Please share it. Let everybody know what kind of conversation is going on here. We're just trying to get into the background of who you are and just where you see yourself going with your career.
I believe that sooner than later, I'll be where I want to be, and that's traveling and ministering. I've had a lot of bumps and ups and downs. This walk and this, when you've been called not only just to sing, and I'm starting to accept that, I'm just not a singer and that I have a word, and, me fighting, getting the word out is causing my delay,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to buckle up and take the whatever to get this word out so that I can get to where I want to be. Because sometimes we delay ourselves because we're scared, because we're afraid of the unknown. We're afraid of failing and
Speak it.
And so
absolutely.
I'm to take the easy way out. But
life is about some failures. You cannot learn to enjoy the success without the failures.
Yes.
Oftentimes all we want is all the success. We don't want the bumps that come along with it, not realizing that those bumps are there to prepare you for that amount of success that's coming your way. Mm-hmm. So, you absolutely are on the right track because you have God in your life first.
Right.
That's number one. And you can't fail with that. Do you find that in doing this service, it's taxing on your mental and emotional health?
Yes. If you would allow it, and that's where God comes in at, because if you don't have him, it, like you said, it will become taxing, and you will lose your mind if you didn't. First, you got to believe in yourself. Mm-hmm. And going through the industry and dealing with people and having expectations and that, and it don't be what they say it is. Mm-hmm. It definitely affects your mental health and all of that.
What are some of the ways that you've been able to work with your mental and spiritual health in this journey?
Prayer, staying around positive, spiritual, spirit-led people,
Mm-hmm.
people that aren't just going to, people that know who I am and know what God has called me to be.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure those type of people are around you, because they don't sugarcoat nothing. They don't pacify you. They don't baby
Right.
you.
Yes.
They have compassion. They understand, but they're like, no, get up. Let's go.
Yeah.
You don't need to be, why are you doing this? You
Right.
know, but so those type of people that's not going to let you slack.
Mm.
Sometimes
Yeah.
they get on your nerves. They do. And you be like, dang, I just want to be human. I just want to just not, do sometimes.
How 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 do you manage staying human at now 16.4K followers on just Instagram? We're just talking about just Instagram.
Staying.
How did that like from you at one point you have 100,000 and then boom. How does that feel that everybody is now looking
At you.
into your life?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Um, it's, I mean, not to sound cocky or anything, but to God be the glory. That
Yeah.
that makes me feel good that,
Right.
God placed me on a platform and now all these people know me. And I just pray that I've, been a great example. I haven't always done everything right. Um, I'm not always right. Um, I'm working on being human, because I think I've been human this whole time. I'm just real. I'm a very real, open, tell it like it is person.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize that sometimes that's not always good.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have discernment when to do stuff, when not to do stuff, who to do it around, and who not to do it around.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
That's
been
yeah,
some
that's
learning.
that's learning curves.
Yeah.
I definitely can understand that, as we're continuing to grow our podcasts and our individual businesses, it's a learning curve as we start to adjust to allow people into our lives. I often tell people to be very careful because when you do let people into your lives, you're allowing them to be able to judge,
Yep.
which none of us should be able to judge, but they do. That's human nature. We're always going to judge one another. But then it also gets internalized to become part of our mental state of being. So you have to be able to protect that. And along with your mental, you have to be able to protect your physical health. With that being said, I want to focus a little bit on the physical health by bringing Tremaine in to talk about healing while living and how that can help you as a singer that is traveling all over the country, giving people the message of God. So Tremaine, how does that help when someone is on the road as much as she is?
Well, I'm going to address that first. I want to say thank you, Miss Wilson, for joining us. She's the hardest working person I know to get in touch with. I've been trying to get her since last year, but I appreciate you for accepting my invitation. And I've been following you since day one on American Idol, all the way to Sunday Best. When I saw you on American Idol, I told my husband, I said, she don't belong there. She needs to be on Sunday Best. That's Little Burrell. That's what I compared you to. I really did. The moment that you open your mouth, I said, oh, that's Little Burrell. But I appreciate you for coming on. And you've been on the road a lot. And I always tell certain celebrities when they're on the road, take care of your body, take care of your voice, especially if you're using that as your main tool and your main resource. And I've talked to a lot of people, get rest, lots of rest, keep your immune system up. Those things are so important. Vitamin C, vitamin D, just to kind of get you into a pattern of building up your immune system, because you're around a lot of people, talking to a lot of people all the time. So it's just very important that you take care of your vocals, you take care of your body, you take care of your mind. Like you said, when you put God first, you got that. Can't nothing else top that. I don't care. No other medication. That's the best medication out there is God.
Yeah.
And so we appreciate you for coming on. We appreciate your ministry, your singing. Are you going to sing something for me? Come
Sure.
on.
Sure. You want? Oh, you want to hear it now?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
Go.
okay. God is the joy and the strength of my life. He removes all pain, misery, and strife. He promised to keep me, never to leave me. He'll never, never come short of his word. I've got to fast and pray, stay in the narrow way. Oh, keep my life clean every day. I want to go with him when he comes back. I've come too far and I'll never turn back. God is.
Chills.
Oh, God is. God is. Oh, God is. Oh, God is my all and all.
Yes, thank
I
you.
just got all
I'm a
types of
crybaby
chills.
now
Like,
over
right,
here.
like
That's it. That's
that
when I
right
heard our
now.
Sunday best. That's
That
when I knew.
right now is what the world really needs. Like we
Yes.
need to be able to cry and connect,
Yeah.
to get through so many of the hard things that are happening around us on a daily. And your voice is just a gift. It is an absolute
Thank
gift.
you. Thank you.
Absolutely. So thank you.
God.
Thank you for that. That just moved my heart and soul in so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And we always like to take a moment to say thank you to our sponsors, which our sponsors are Healing While Living
Yes.
Thank
and
you.
Polari Wines. That's right, we are our sponsors. And if you want to find us, you can follow us on IG under Polari with Chrissy or under Healing While Living to find our items and to purchase the products online. We are in our second half. We're almost done with the interview, and we've just really, really enjoyed it so much. I'm still trying to get myself together from you just singing.
Yes.
But when we were all going through COVID, how did that affect you, your life, your lifestyle at that? I mean, because your livelihood depends on you being able to go places. So how did that affect you being able to have to switch from being in front of people to now doing what we're doing right now, interacting this way?
It was a big drastic change, I say, for everybody. I think pretty much the whole entire world is basically went through the same thing. Everybody, it changed everybody. How couldn't it? Um, but God is a keeper and He's a sustainer. So again, God is always gonna be the number one factor.
You know what?
Yeah.
I cannot go against that because without him, none of us would have made it through. It
Without
was a very difficult time. It was very,
I
very difficult.
nothing. See, that's like the thing, because once I start singing,
It's
then I
on.
can't.
You can't stop. And that's when it's a singer, the passion, the gift is just boiling over inside of you. I can remember with my grandmother, and Tremaine knows with her mother and her family as well. When it's in them, you can't stop it from once it comes out, like you said, then it just doesn't stop. It just
It don't
keeps coming
stop.
out. It
My mama
oozes
sing
out,
all day.
you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because that is your ministry. That's how you connect with people.
Yes.
That energy exchange is something that's necessary for you to thrive in. So I absolutely understand that. How do you feel that this career, this path, this calling, how can it influence others? How can it help others that think they want to sing, they don't know
Mm-hmm.
if it's really what they want to do? How can you convince them that the best way to move forward?
Well, first I would ask them if this is truly something that they want to do, and they believe that this is what they've been put on earth to do. Do you know Christ? because of, again, without him, it can't happen. Um, yeah, it's simple. And if this is not what you want to do and you're not called to do it, then
Don't do it.
don't
Don't
do
do
it.
it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's as simple as it can be. Some things you think you want to do, and some people will tell you that they think you can do it. But if you don't feel that passion, don't do it. You're wasting your path, your calling on something that's not for you.
Right?
I have really, really, really enjoyed you this evening, and all that you've told us about yourself. And do you have any new songs that are out for us that we need to go and hear? And because your voice is just so magical, and I know people want to continue to hear more.
I have a single, You Are. I released that 2021 or 20. No, 2020. 20. Yeah. During COVID. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's on all digital outlets. It's called You Are, Tequila Wilson. Um, Other than that, I'm not gonna say I'm working on music, but I'm thinking about working on music, if that's fair. And also I'm available for booking. So if you want to book me, for conferences, praise and worship leader, soloist, wedding, birthdays, whatever. I do it all. Funerals, I do. You
Do it all. That's right. That's all you gotta do is press the button. Just book.
just
She's
book.
gonna do it all. She's gonna open her mouth, and beautiful words of praise are gonna come out of it. So just book. Make sure that you go and follow her. And can you
Please,
tell them where they can follow
yes,
you at?
you can follow me at Tequila Wilson is my Instagram. Yep.
Tequila Wilson, guys. Tequila Wilson. Not Tequila, not tequila. You know, that's right. They all spell it so many different ways. I have seen it. And, you know, we research our guests. And I said to myself, well, why won't they just look at her actual page and spell it right?
Right.
I'm thinking that your page would be the place to go to get the correct spelling. So,
Right.
but it has been a joy having you on the Wine Wealth and Tea podcast. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
And if you know, ever want to come back and join us and let us know about a new single, please reach out. And you are always welcome here to have a great conversation that is worth having with everyone.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
I will be back.
Thank you. You have a good evening.
Thank you.
You too. God bless y'all.
Bye-bye.
God bless
Bye.
you too. Bye-bye. Tremaine, that was awesome.
Yes, that was really good. I
That
love
was
her. I'm
great.
following her like since American Idol. Let me tell you, oh my gosh. When she opened her mouth on Sunday Best, it was just amazing. Like
Man,
she
I'm
didn't
sitting
even
here like I
I
cannot cry
go
right now.
back.
I have, you know, I have another event that I have to head to, you guys, and she's about to make me cry, all the makeup and stuff off, and I'm like, I can't. He's hitting notes and everything, but that was just
Yes.
absolutely
Amazing.
breathtaking.
I can listen
We
to her
all needed
all
some
day.
uplifting.
I can listen
Yeah.
to her all day. Don't forget to download her song "You Are" by Tequila Wilson.
That's right. And go and follow, like, share this podcast with others, and we will have some more special guests this season. I'm telling you,
Yes.
season number 4 is rocking and rolling. Y'all better stick with us and just come on for the ride. And if you know someone that is interested in being a guest, please reach out to us. If they have conversation worth having, we will have that conversation with them and you.
Yes.
So you guys have a great, blessed Friday evening, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.